Hello everyone, my name is Sarafi and I'm happy to have you all with me. And today we're going to talk about the ban list. So, first up, rockets are nonsense. Rockets are way more powerful than I was expecting. They have been ridiculously dominant across the ladder. Yes, they're brand new, but still, they probably need to be toned down in some way. There are a few ways that we could handle this. I actually don't think that Melody is the answer. Yes, you could limit Melody. Yes, you could limit Quick Launch. Yes, you could limit Rocket Tracer. I think that what they should do is they should change the skill so the skill prevents you from having any monsters in your deck other than Dark Dragon or Dark Cyberse monsters and level 1s, just like they did with Tachyon. I understand that the problem now is that we have Ghost Mourner, but Ghost Mourner isn't that good anyway. Effect Veiler is fine, especially with all the skills that play cards to your field without special summoning them. I feel like Effect Veiler is just a better card than Ghost Mourner in Duel Links. So if they just make it so that you can't run any light monsters, that solves this entire problem. Levianeer isn't a good card. You can't use Nebula Dragon, you can't use Blue Eyes, you can't use Artifact Lancia. That fixes everything. It does make the deck significantly worse, but the deck should be significantly worse. That said, I don't know that Konami is going to go that route. They tend to not nerf skills right away. So instead, they will probably put Melody to 3. And that's going to hurt Blue Eyes a lot. Which is not great, but it is what it is. If they put Melody to 3, then you would run 2 copies of Melody and 1 copy of Levianeer, and that cuts out your copy of Silver Rocket, but it's alright. That should still function pretty well in the deck. And the deck will still be good, it just won't be as good. For agents, it's hard to say what they're going to do with agents. You could put Sky Scourge and Invincible to 1. I mean, that would solve the problem, obviously. You could also put Celestial Nightlord Parshath to 1 so that you can't search anything. That could fix the problem. I really doubt that they're going to do that. They probably only released Parshath so that it could be used in the skill, so Parshath's probably going to stick around. I'm guessing that they'll probably put Sky Scourge and Invincible to 1 and not care that people can search Herald of Greenlight. And then Summon Breaker, I feel like they're just going to ban this card because it's powerful in Agents and it's powerful in Sky Strikers. So they might just ban it for now and say that they're going to address it at a later date. Blue Eyes. With Blue Eyes, I don't really know what you can do. If they put if they put Melody to 3, then that doesn't change anything for Blue Eyes, because a lot of Blue Eyes decks these days just don't even bother with Crackdown, which is crazy. The fact that Crackdown is a trap card has finally caught up with it, and Crackdown is just not fast enough, because it means that you can't win the game right away. Even though it's really, really good going first, Blue Eyes is just so good at going first already that they don't need it, and they just want to be better at going second. So Heatwave has got to go. This card has to just not function. I don't know how you've addressed this. They could just ban Heatwave. Maybe they could change the skill to where the skill says that the monster you're summoning is, I don't know. This is not the intended interaction. Heatwave is not supposed to be this powerful. And Heatwave does not exist in the game, in any game, in a world where you could just normal summon a monster with 3,000 attack points. That's just absurd. So this interaction has to die. Even though we only have 1 copy of Heatwave and it's not searchable, it's just such a ridiculously blowout card. They should just, I don't know, they should just ban it for now. Figure something out. If they put Melody to 3, then they could put Alternative to 3 to combine with that. That would hurt Blue Eyes a little bit. They could also just put Desau to 3 too. I don't really think they're going to hit Ultimate Fusion. And they're definitely not going to hit Successor Soul. Ultimate Fusion might be the smartest choice. If you put Melody to 3 and Ultimate Fusion to 3, that would really, really, really hurt the deck. And then maybe they just play Ultimate Fusion and they just drop Melody. That would solve a lot of the problems. Melody is really like the reason why Blue Eyes just gets so powerful so fast. If they have to just draw their cards as opposed to actually searching them, that does make the deck a lot worse. But that is the intention, right? The intention was always for them to play like a mixture of Chronicle and Blue Eyes cards and not just pure Blue Eyes. So I feel like that could be a change that they can make. They could also just change the skill to do something where maybe you can't use it more than once per duel. Maybe maybe they change it to where you have to banish a card from your deck just so that you can't use it with Ultimate Fusion. That could actually fix the problem a lot, and that would be a lot more fair for the Dark Magician player as well. Because Dark Magician doesn't really get the benefit of milling cards. Like, yeah, you can play Magicalized Fusion, but that's not nearly as good as Ultimate Fusion. So maybe they just say, okay, well, we're just going to have you banish cards. No, because if they do that, then it doesn't have any synergy with the Chronicle Sorceress. But no one's playing it. I don't know. There are ways that you can make this work. Sun Avalon is... It's an interesting deck. It's not that strong. The opening board is pretty powerful, but I don't think that it's so powerful that it warrants any sort of change. Really, the reason that Sun Avalon benefits... Sun Avalon benefits from people not playing DD Crow. The Lancia meta has made it so that Sun Avalon is very, very good because people are not playing DD Crow because they lose to Lancia. So, if Lancia stops being a thing because they take it away from Rockets, then Sun Avalon will just naturally get worse because people will switch back to DD Crow, and then they'll just be able to banish the Sunseed Genus Locais and ruin the entire combo. So yeah, I feel like Sun Avalon is a deck that you just leave alone, and it will get course corrected after the meta changes. Shaddolls. Shaddolls continue to be nonsense. How do you fix this? How do you change Shaddolls so that they stop being so toxic? The skill is kind of stupid, to be honest, but it's just not... It's almost necessary for Shaddolls to function. Like, Shaddolls have to be kind of the answer to all the Summon Breakers running around. I mean, if you're going to have people searching Summon Breaker and playing Summon Breaker, then of course people are going to be playing a deck that has Shaddoll Fusion in it, and a deck that has Winda in it. Because they want people to, they want to be able to play a reasonable board under Summon Breaker. So I feel like Shaddolls are not necessarily like a really powerful deck. I mean, yes, they win games, but the reason why they're so good and so consistent is because they don't respond to Floodgates nearly as poorly as everyone else does. It's possible that Shaddolls just need to be like put into a situation where they have to deal with more Phantom Knights. If Phantom Knights comes back and then Phantom Knights starts Ophioning again, then Shaddolls just suffer more and more. So Shaddolls were kind of introduced and then powered up at the same time that the Phantom Knights cards were released, and then Phantom Knights got destroyed by Lancia. So once Lancia leaves, again, this is a situation where I think that once Lancia leaves and Phantom Knights come back, then Shaddolls will just be so much worse. And the reason why Shaddolls are good is not necessarily because their deck is super powerful, it's just because it's really, really good at playing under other Floodgates. And of course, like I said, once DD Crow comes back, Shaddolls also suffer a lot. So... Did I need to make any changes in the meantime? No, I don't think so. Can't really think of anything that you would change. You could put, like, maybe you put Wendy and El Shaddoll Fusion to 3 each. just that people don't stop playing 3 copies of Wendy. That might be the solution. Just make it so that people can't play 3 of Wendy, because the problem is really that Wendy just gives you so much extension, so much long game, that 3 of her is a little crazy. That might be like a way to tone Shaddolls down while we wait for the meta to shift without wrecking the deck. Performage. I mean, I don't really have a problem with Performage being good. Yes, the skill is nonsense, but I mean, it's fun, and who really cares, right? Like, this deck is not that powerful. It's just really good at killing people. I don't know. Change the skill so that you can't have to send a Performage card back, so that people stop playing Mind Control, and that's all you have to do. Maybe if you don't want to touch the deck at all, maybe if you really don't want to change the skill, if you choose not to change the skill, put Hat Tricker to 3, or maybe Trick Colin to 3, and then force them to stop playing Mind Control. Put Trick Colin to 3, they stop playing Mind Control, fixes all your problems. There you go. Alright, unlimits. Cyber Dragons. Cyber Load Fusion needs to be at unlimited. Unlimited. I was playing Cyber Dragons on stream the other day, and I played my 1 copy of Cyber Load Fusion. My opponent bounced one of my cards, and Cyber Load Fusion doesn't let you fuse from the hand, so I just lost. I could not fusion summon ever again because I had to have 1 copy of Cyber Loads for my 1 copy of Overflow. If Konami is concerned that Overflow is too powerful because it is a non-targeted destruction, which, fair, that is kind of nonsense, just put Overflow to 3. Cyber Dragon Overflow can be at 3, and then Cyber Load Fusion can be at unlimited. Then we can play Cyber Dragons, which is not a powerful deck. And then if we play Cyber Dragons and we, abuse Overflow, we can't abuse other cards like IDP. Fair? Fair? Seems fair. Okay. What other limits can come off? Silent Sword Slash needs to come off, and so does Concentrating Current. Okay. There you go, that's the video. Thank you very much for coming out. My name is Serafi, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me.